to the case of the avalanche transit time devices. In the previous class, we have discussed about the gun diode. The gun diode characteristics we have discussed, the working functionality, the main operating functionality, that is it based upon transferred electron device. Okay, so based upon that category, the tunnel diode is the gun diode has been under that category. And we have seen that the basic diagram of two valley theorem, the theory on which it can also be called as RWH theory. They may ask in any one of the name, they may ask in the question, it might be of any by any name, so that you have to answer the same gun diode. Then once the transfer electron devices, why we are opting that? Because we are making use of the compound semiconductors to fabricate. It's very easy to operate, and it has been called as hot electrons, where the working operation can be done at very high frequencies. Okay, so because of that, we have chosen the transfer electron devices and the gun diode under which it comes under that category. Okay, and after that we have seen the properties. The gun diode will be operated under negative resistance property of it. And after that, we have seen the two valley theory. There are two values based upon the energy band diagram. We have discussed that there are two valleys in the conduction band, and have drawn the valency band and the forbidden band also. Based upon this, the construction of the gun diode can be made. And after that, I have drawn the three basic diagrams where the locations and the electric field which has been applied. So based upon the electric field which has been applied, less than the electric field of lower valley, and more than that the lower valley, and higher than that even than of upper valley. So based upon the electric field which has been applied in different cases, we have seen that transfer of electrons, it has been taking place from lower valley to the upper valley. So that's what we have discussed. And after that, we have gone for the characteristics, and have explained that the characteristics, how it is been going to work out, and thereby it records the maximum current and a minimum current. And we have also seen that as at one case, as the voltage increases, current is been dropping down. Okay, so that shows the negative resistance property based upon which it is being operated. And after drawing that, we have seen that the concept of domain formation. The domain formation, we have discussed that where because of improper doping of this gallium arsenide, N-type gallium arsenide, which is being chosen for fabricating gun diode, based upon that, there is a domain formation. Domain formation in the sense, a accumulation of charges will be dense at one point or at one side of the device. Okay, because of improper doping, the density of the charge carriers will be bulk at one area, in one of the area at one side, and less at another side. And that dense charge carriers, wherever it is been accumulated, and that is been called as domain formation. Once the domain is being formed, then it is been not going to stay there, and it has been keep on moving from one side to another side. So because of this movement of domain from one side to another side, the gun diode is said to be operating in 4 different modes. Okay, so and I have listed out there are 4 different modes on which it is been operating. Based upon that, the formation of domain and what is the velocity it is being applied, what is the efficiency, whether it depends upon external circuit or not. Based upon all those characteristics, we have seen that the waveforms, the different 4 graphs, the 4 different graphs for 4 different modes, it has been clearly specified there. Okay, so you have to remember all those characteristics. The value of drift velocity is being applied, the value of efficiency, whether it depends upon the external circuit or not, and you have also need to remember the operating frequency. So if you could able to remember those characteristics, of each and every mode, you can clearly explain in word statements and you can draw accordingly the graph. So that's what we have discussed in the previous class. Now let me take to the avalanche transit time devices. As I've told it, why it is being called as an avalanche transit time devices. Let me do it. And as it also works upon based upon the negative resistance. Okay, the microwave device. Okay, the microwave device which exhibits the negative resistance. Please listen properly. The microwave device which exhibits negative resistance and which is been having a delay between voltage and current, which is been having a delay between voltage and current in an avalanche together with transit time. Together with transit time. A microwave device which exhibits negative resistance having a delay, a phase delay between voltage and current together with the transit time. All these together which is being placed is said to be avalanche transit time devices. Avalanche transit time devices. So this is why the name has been specified. The devices which makes use of the negative resistance property, having a phase delay of voltage and current, and it also involved within a transit time, and together it is been said to be avalanche transit time devices. Okay, so based upon this, they have behavior of operating as impact ionization based upon the concept of impact ionization. I'll be explaining what is this impact ionization, in which case it forms over here. Okay, so basically they make use of the carrier impact ionization. Okay, and which is being drift in high field region of semiconductor, which provides the negative resistance at microwave frequencies. Okay, so we'll see it in detail while we discuss the individual device which is being comes under the category of avalanche transit time devices. First, there are three types. There are three types of avalanche devices, in which the first one is impact. First one is impact diode. We can call it as impact diode. Okay. This is being taken as its abbreviates, where impact ionization, it is nothing but IMP stands for impact ionization. Then it is A stands for avalanche. Avalanche transit time device. Transit time device. Okay. Impact ionization avalanche transit time device. The second one we have TRAPATT. 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 This TRAPATT is being given as trapped plasma. TRA stands for trapped. Trapped, P stands for plasma. Avalanche. Here, triggered transit device. Triggered transit device. The second one. And third one, it has the Barrett. BARITT. Barrett. Okay. And this Barrett stands for barrier injected transit time device. Transit time device. So these are the three avalanche transit time devices which is been categorized, in which these two are very important. Now we are going to discuss these two devices, how it works and what principles it's been operated. We'll see what is impact ionization. Briefly we'll discuss. Okay. So after that, we'll see the detailed construction, how it is being constructed, then what is the operational functionality of that particular device. Okay. First, coming to the category of impact diode. This impact diode is been a very simple construction we have. The first one, impact diode. We'll see what is this impact diode basically. Then we'll see the construction first, and I'll be explaining that accordingly. So this is a device which exhibits the negative resistance. If any device, okay, you can take any device which exhibits the negative resistance for a DC supply, it will also exhibits for AC supply also. This is enough important statement to be recorded. Okay, so the device which exhibits the negative resistance property for DC supply will also exhibit the same for AC supply also. Okay, and that is being given out. So hence the negative resistance can be defined as we have seen that if there is a phase shift of between the voltage and current. But in this case, in the case of impact diode, there is a phase shift of 180 degrees. There is a phase shift of 180 degrees between the voltage and current. And this is the main phase difference which it is being exhibited in the case of impact diode. Okay. So that is the important point to be noted out, as the negative resistance property in the case of impact diode can be noted that the phase delay which exhibits between the voltage and current is being noted as 180 degrees. Okay. Now we'll see the construction. Okay, how it is being constructed. The construction, it is being made which of, there are two ways we can construct. One is being done with a P plus N or N plus type of devices, P type material, N type material, and N plus material. It can also be done in another way. So N plus material, P material, and P plus material. So we can make use of any type of combination we can take. Okay. So this is the combinations. Now this is been having a more advantages, so that we'll be preferring P plus N and N plus the constructional features. Okay. So for that, I'm taking the impact diode. We'll see the type of material which is being taken out. So first, basically, we have the two terminals which is being taken out, anode and cathode. So this is the anode terminal, and this is the cathode. This is the cathode we have. Now with this, it is being given with enough. This is the P type material we have. This is the N material, P plus we have. This is nothing but P plus, and this is we have N, and this is all about N plus. Okay, so this is nothing but the terminal anode, and this is the cathode. Okay, now let me give what are the charge carriers which are present in P plus, N, and N plus. And in the case of P plus, it is being shortage of the where it is being given as the P plus is being given with the electrons representation of this form, whereas N, it has the minority charge carriers. It's been taken out like this, immobile ions we can say. So where here it will be of plus. So this is the construction of impact diode based upon the combination of P plus, N, and N plus, and it is being given with reverse bias, where anode is being connected to the negative of the supply and cathode is being given with a positive. Okay, so this is the construction of impact diode, and whereas the field applied for this will be very high. So the field which is being taken as approximately 400 kilovolts per centimeter is being applied to this impact diode. Okay, so due to which the main responsible which the minority charge generation will be very high because of such high electric field which is being applied to the impact diode. Now let me explain. There is a formation So as the formation and the concept of impact diode, what is impact ionization? Okay, so what is an impact ionization? Let me clear down. Okay, so for that, where an extremely very high negative voltage or the 400 kilovolts is being applied to this impact diode. Okay, so due to which in a high current will be resulted here, which results in a very high current. So due to such a high current which has been generated, so that is due to the high voltage which has been applied. So which back biases, there is enough voltage back biasing of the diode takes place, which is been generation of minority carriers because of very high reverse voltage which has been applied. So due to which a number of minority charge carriers will be applied. And due to this, upon this DC supply, let us consider that then RF AC voltage is also superimposed on this DC voltage. Okay, for instance, let us consider that upon this reverse voltage which has been applied and DC supply, and AC voltage is also superimposed on it. So because of which additional electrons and holes are generated. Okay, in this case, additional electrons and holes are generated. Because of this generation of additional electrons and holes, they try to knocking them out of the crystal structure. Okay, they try to knock out of the crystal structure, and that is being said to be impact ionization. Impact ionization. So whenever the AC supply is being superimposed on DC supply, a large number or huge number of minority charge carriers, that is electrons and holes, are generated. So which is being tried to knock out of the crystal structure. That particular process is being said to be impact ionization. Okay, so this is nothing but the impact ionization. Now let me explain how it exhibits the negative resistance property and how it takes place 180 degrees out of phase between the voltage and current. So let me explain now. Okay, so for that, the basic reason which is being taken out is being considered. So we'll see what are the what is the reason we have for that. Okay, first initially, as I have told that both the fields which is being applied, because of this the fields which is being applied, as it is being the voltage is exceeding the whole RF positive cycle, and avalanche current multiplication will be taking place. Okay, so avalanche current multiplication will be taking place. So this process, it takes a time. So due to this, so as a more amount of time is being taken out due to this current multiplication, this is a current multiplication will be keep on taking place. So this process takes some amount of time between the voltage and current. Okay, so this leads the diode is being exhibiting the zero, and where whenever it is being applied, you can see that a carrier pulse. I am approximating a pulse which is being applied over here. So this is the working principle. It depends upon the threshold value which has been applied of 400 kilovolts of the threshold value which has been applied. So this is the voltage which is being applied here. So let us consider this. This is an avalanche threshold value which is being applied. Okay, and where it is being the DC supply is being given to it, and upon with this RF voltage, the AC voltage is also superimposed. And when it is being applied, it's been of time period and it is enough voltage. So due to which, what happens when these two are superimposed, a current pulse, because of huge number of electrons and holes are generated, a current pulse will be generated. You can see that this is the approximation which is being considered. So during this case, during this particular case, so this is the current pulse which is being generated. It has been a time. Okay, so the current pulse which is being generated whenever the voltage which is being applied is being zero and going to the negative, a huge current pulse is being generated. You can see that this is the huge current pulse. This is being called as a current pulse. So it is that here we have the current pulse. There is no current pulse here. No current pulse at this particular moment. Okay. And the current pulse is being generated. So when this current pulse has been generated, it has been found that as it has been taking some time to form this particular current to pulse by the current. So due to which a phase shift of 90 degrees is being exhibited during this case, where due to the formation of this, when it has been going from high towards the low, where it exhibits a 90 degrees phase shift, due to which a current pulse is being provided during this particular point. After where the voltage and current having a phase shift of 90 degrees, due to which it results in generation of current pulse, which shows that there is a phase delay of 90 degrees between the current and the voltage. So this is the current pulse along the y-axis. Okay, a current pulse is being generated because of huge number of magnetic charge carriers which is being developed, during which it takes some amount of time. Then a phase delay is being observed between the voltage and current, that is of 90 degrees. Okay. Then whatever the current pulse which is being generated, so you can see the previous diagram, you can see this particular diagram. So whatever the current pulse which is being generated over here, it is being not going to stay there for a long amount of time. Okay. So where it takes, it is being keep on moving from anode to cathode. It tries to move from anode to cathode. As it is being keep on moving, the current pulse, whatever it is being generated at this particular instant, it keeps on moving. It won't stay there for a longer time. So it will be keep on moving from anode to cathode within this particular device, that is N-type material. So now the distance or size of the N-type device and the current pulse which is to be moved from anode to cathode from this particular point to this particular point, at what field and what should be the distance it has to be covered, is being set in a particular way such as that it has to exhibit further 90-degree phase shift. Okay, the applied, see, don't confuse. Once the current pulse it is being generated by providing a phase shift between the voltage and current of 90 degrees, it is not going to stay there for a longer time, because as we are keep on applying the supply voltage, so this will be keep on moving within the material from anode to cathode. Now the supply voltage and the size of the N plus is being chosen in such a way that the current pulse takes to move from anode to cathode totally by exhibiting a further phase shift of 90 degrees. So it has been aligned in such a way that, okay, in particular in such a way that, so the current pulse as it is been moving over here, so as it is been not there, not staying there for longer time, it is been moving from anode to cathode. So the width of the N plus region and the power supply is being chosen in such a way that it exhibits a further 90 degrees phase shift between the voltage and current. Okay, then that fulfills the phase delay between the voltage and current by 180 degrees phase shift. Okay, so that's what it is being achieved. Okay, so this is the way where the avalanche transit time device, it takes a certain amount of time here by generating the current pulse, and which will be moving from anode to cathode. Okay, so which exhibits a phase delay of 180 degrees. So this is how we have achieved a phase difference of voltage to the current of 180 degrees. Okay, so this is the concept of avalanche transit time device, that is of impact diode. Okay, and the main it has been having a frequency which has been generated, the resonant frequency of impact diode. It is been given by, earlier we have had this particular expression as frequency is equal to the drift velocity divided by 2L. Okay, where this is nothing but the velocity in terms of meters per second, and this is nothing but the length of the drift space charge region. So using this we can calculate the resonant frequency of this impact diode. Okay, and the efficiency of this impact diode can be calculated as, so efficiency is being given by the output power to the DC input power which is being applied, which is equal to VA by VD, and this is been equal to IA by ID. Because in this case, we have seen that both type of supplies is being superimposed. AC supply as well as the DC supply is being superimposed. So this is the efficiency of, using this expression, we can calculate the efficiency of impact diode. And we have some characteristics related to this. The characteristics of impact diode. What is enough operating frequency? What is the efficiency? The theoretical efficiency, we'll see. Any doubt, Andy? If you have any doubt, please let me know it. Fine. Now coming to the characteristics, the first characteristics, we can say that efficiency is been of approximately 30%. It has 30% theoretically. We can say that is enough theoretical efficiency has been 30%. And we have the operating frequency. The operating frequency is being used at very high frequency, that is from 1 to 300 gigahertz. The operating frequency is from 1 to 300 gigahertz, and it is the output power. So the output power, it is being given as, the output power is being represented as P naught, where we can take as enough output power is being 5 watts approximately. Okay, 5 watts it is being taken out. Especially it is been in case of X band. Okay, and when it has been operating in X band, it takes the output power of, it provides an output power of 5 watts. And these are the important characteristics of the impact diode. Okay, please go through it once again. Once it has been send the material to you. If you have any doubt, as you will be approaching to the college for doing the practicals, very less strength is being taken out, and almost not more than 50% is being called for you for the college for performing the experiments, and during which you can clear your doubts if you have any. Okay, even now also you can clear it off. Now the meeting is going to end up in 5 minutes. Please rejoin back so that the last topic, that is in a trap-at diode, I'm going to explain now. Okay, so meanwhile I'll be discussing what is the formation of trap-at diode meanwhile. Okay, now the basic thing we have for the case of the trap-at diode. So let me show the construction of the trap-at diode, whatever we have. Okay, so it is nothing but trap-at diode. Okay, so in the case of trap-at diode, we'll see the construction. Before going to the construction, let me explain what is this. We have already discussed that trap-at, it stands for trapped. P stands for plasma. Trapped, plasma, avalanche, triggered transit time, mode. Okay, transit time, diode. So triggered. So in earlier case, transit time it was. Now it is triggered transit time. Okay. So this is the abbreviation which we have discussed while introducing this particular topic in the initial commencement of the classwork. Okay, and now it has been having a very high efficiency. It is being said to be of very high efficiency microwave oscillator. It is said to be very high efficiency microwave oscillator, and which is being capable of operating some hundreds of frequency to some gigahertz. From megahertz to gigahertz, it can able to operate. Okay, so that is one of the good features the trap-at diode it has. Okay, and the operating principle of the diode, as it is been having in a high field avalanche zone. It is been having a high field avalanche zone which propagates through the diode and fills the depletion region. Okay, that is in a depletion layer. Okay, that is being called as a plasma. Listen carefully. So where the operating principle of the diode, as it has been having a high field avalanche zone where it is being propagates through the diode, and that is filling the depletion layer, that fills the depletion layer, and that is with a with what it has been filling? With a dense plasma of electrons. Okay, so this avalanche zone of this trapped diode is filled with dense plasma of electrons, a group of electrons. Okay, so electrons and as well as the holes. So it is being filled, the layer, depletion layer of this trapped diode is filled with dense plasma of electrons and holes, and that it becomes trapped in low power field regions. Okay, so that is being trapped out. Whatever it is been, the dense plasma has been formed out within the depletion layer of the trapped diode, and that will be trapped in low field region. Okay, we'll see how it is being formed and how it is being trapped, what happens to this dense plasma of electrons and holes as we vary its voltage, as the electric field is being varied, what are the changes it is being applied or influence the dense plasma within the depletion layer of the trapped diode. We'll see that. Okay, now let me explain the construction. What is the construction we have? So mainly the construction, it is being given with a combination of P plus N and N plus concept. Okay, so it is been having the combination of P plus N and N plus. This is what it is being given, or it can also be taken as N plus P and P plus. So either of the constructions or the type of material it can be used to construct the trapped diode. Most of the cases we prefer the N type materials, as we have already known in case of EDC. Okay, now where in this case, let me go to the construction. What is how the trapped diode is being constructed? Please rejoin back. We'll be doing that within just 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be doing this trapped diode. It's been very simple. We have, so it is been combination of P plus, as I've said, and it's been N, and it has been N plus. Okay, and it is being said to be operating with enough pulse, that is enough AC supply, which is being given out over here. Square wave current drive is being called as a square wave pulse, is being given as enough input. Okay, so this is the depletion layer we have.